This video we're just going to make a really simple snowman. So I've just got some plain white fondant that we're going to roll into a ball. Now if like mine it's a bit dry, just add a little bit of Trex to it. Trex is just vegetable fat, so it's like shortening. So we're going to just narrow our ball a little bit at the top to create our little body shape like that. So I'll stand it up, and we're going to need a ball for the top for the head. Just check against your body size wise that you think it's alright, so I might go slightly bigger for my head. Yep. So what I'll do is I'll put that on there. Now I don't know if you can see it very well from the top, so what I'll do is I'll build him on his side, and then you'll be able to see him a little bit better, I think. So we're going to give him a couple of arms using our white fondant again. So you don't want too much for the arms. Start with a ball and roll so that you get like an elongated tear shape, and that'll be one of our arms. So we'll just push that onto there like so. If you need to use water or edible glue, then do that. Repeat for the other one. So take a colour that you want for his scarf. So I'm just going to use this green, and I'm just going to roll it out, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces for my scarf, and I'm going to cut them so they're slightly narrower at one end than at the other, and I'm going to cut one, and I'm going to hold it against my snowman so I can see how long it is. So that's going to be a bit long, so I'm going to shorten it a little bit, and then the next one I'm going to make a little bit shorter still, so I'll hold it against it like so, and then we're just going to put some little lines in the bottom for his tassels at the end of his scarf. So I'm just going to cut them through, and the same on the other one. And we're going to stick these up to the top just under his head, and the same with the second one. So it's only a very basic snowman is this one, so we're not adding loads of detail to it. Okay, so now we're going to give him a face. So we're going to put him in a little smile using a cocktail stick. So just using the cocktail stick, so we're just going to push the cocktail stick through and put a little line at the end of his mouth if you want. And I'm just going to push 2 little eye holes in using my cocktail stick, and I'm going to wiggle it around a little bit to make them a little bit bigger, otherwise they'll just be like little pinpricks. So I've got a little bit of orange fondant now for his nose, and we're just, I only need a really small bit. You're going to start with a ball, roll it at one side so you get a little bit of a cone shape, and you want quite a cute sort of rounded nose rather than a really long thin one, I think. I might make mine a tiny bit smaller. So I've just pinched some off the bottom, and we're just going to stick that with a bit of water into the centre of his face like that. And we're going to give him some pink cheeks, even though snowmen don't really blush. So for this one, I'm just going to use a rainbow dust in pink. Now it does go everywhere, so you do have to be quite careful with it. You don't want too much on your brush. I'm just going to put a little bit on either side of his face like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just put a little bit of water in his eye holes that we've made, and we're just going to roll 2 small eyes out of the black fondant. Might make that a little bit smaller. You just want to drop them into the little eye sockets that you've made. Just making sure they're both the same size, or at least similar. Okay. And now he just needs a hat, so I'll see if I can stand him up. Yep. So I need my green again. So I'm going to start with a little bit as a ball, and I'm just going to kind of squash it down. It doesn't need to be massive, and then I'm going to pinch it around the edges so that it thins at the edges. Again, it's quite dry as this one. So you just want it so it's a tiny, tiny bit thicker in the middle than it is around the edges, and you're just going to put that on the top of his head and squash that on. Okay, And what we're going to do next is taking a bit more, we're going to roll so that you get a long sausage shape or snake shape. And we're going to roll it with the rolling pin. You don't want to roll it so it's really thin. And we're going to put that round the rim of his hat. You can, if you want it a little bit thinner, you can just trim a little bit off the edge like that and just put a bit of water around the edge of the green that you've already added. And I'm going to wrap that around. Okay, and I'm just going to trim it at the back. So if, like me, you put too much water in the eye socket, the dye will bleed out of the black fondant, so just be careful, because mine now looks like he's wearing mascara that's run down his face. And you just want to finish him off with a little pom-pom on the top, so just a ball of your fondant, and we're just going to stick it onto the top like so. There you go, and there he is, finished. Thank you for watching.
If you liked this video and would like to see more, please click on the images of the other videos suggested. Also, please do subscribe to my channel using the button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can also visit my cake website and my Facebook page to see more cakes and ideas.